Good afternoon, guys.
Oh, I feel so welcome. Thank you, Alex.
In Dave's defence, it's the beard, isn't it? Really,
Suits him.
It definitely
Very,
does.
very Father Christmassy.
It's the speckles of colour that's still in it, Dave. That's what
Thanks.
does it.
I'm going to get some beard baubles. I saw them on a well-known auction site the other day. I'll have some of them.
Oh, we'll move on from that before we stray into some very interesting online shopping. Now let's talk about Manx blind welfare, and actually this kind of goes with my sort of conversation about buying things at Christmas and things like this. When it comes to buying people gadgets, let's talk about things that might help people who are customers of Manx blind welfare. Talking clocks and watches and things.
Ah, yes, we have a new resource zone. Sounds really funky, doesn't it? There you go. So what we've done is we've moved all the bits and pieces that were scattered to the four winds in our centre. We've put them all in one room, which is our resource zone. So inside there, we've got all our gadgets and gizmos and information that can help our members. As you mentioned, some of the bits of kit that we've got in there, talking clocks and watches, which are exceptionally useful. Probably one of the most loaned items that we have, because I know it drives me mad if I don't know the time. Inside there as well, we've got lots of kitchen products. So we're talking about talking scales, talking thermometers, all sorts of little microwave gadgets that can help as well to make it a wee bit easier for cooking.
And helps if I turn my microphone on, doesn't it? And also, we're talking about technology here that will effectively tell us the time, tell us when things are going on. We're not just talking about people who have suffered full sight loss. I mean, Debbie, we're talking about maybe improving conditions for people who are partially sighted. And lighting is one area as well, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we offer a full range of daylight lamps, which are really good for people who want to do something like needlework. So if you've suffered some form of sight loss, you can still do normal everyday crafting things or reading just by having some proper lighting in your house.
Do you find that people are experiencing more and more difficulties doing things like that in low light levels since the world of low energy light bulbs and things like that came along? Davey's nodding his head here.
Yeah, one of the worst things was they got rid of the old mighty 100-watt bulb, which of course it's killing the planet and trees are falling everywhere because of it. But they were really good for people with sight problems. They replaced them with low energy lamps, but they're nowhere near as good. Now they are getting better now. They've started to replace them with LEDs and different types of halogen lamps. But yeah, the old 100-watt bulb was a really good thing. So yes, Debbie mentioned we've got lots of lighting up there. We also have our colleagues from the RNIB who will gladly pop out to see somebody in their own home. They can do a little lighting assessment in there and make some suggestions as to how that can be improved for them.
But we don't have to go as far as things like, having all your lights ripped out and things like that. I'd imagine when it comes to, I remember my late nana when it came to reading and doing crosswords and things like that. The old-fashioned magnifying glass and things like that is more of a modern-day equivalent, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. So our friends in the RNIB can do a magnifier assessment as well, so they can look at the traditional sort of handheld type magnifiers. We have our own electronic magnifiers, which can sometimes work better for people. Again, they're in our resource zone, so people can pop up and have a look at those and see if they might help them at all.
And finally, Debbie, I mentioned there, of course, the crossword and things like this. Large print versions of books, crosswords and things like that, Sudoku puzzles and stuff. Have we got those available?
We've got a full range of large print Sudoku, crosswords, word searches. I mean, quite often you sometimes find Dave in there doing them.
Why am I not surprised?
They're wrong, though.
Yes.
I was going to say, you're not very good at them, are you?
No, they're not all number one on Sudoku.
No.
I've noticed that.
If people are wanting to get in touch, either for themselves or actually maybe thinking of a gift for someone at Christmas that'll really help them out, where do they get in touch with you on?
Yeah, they can get in touch with us on the usual, all the W's, mbws.org.im. We've got a Facebook page bouncing around there with some bearded fool doing videos on there, I believe. Don't know who that would be. They can contact us on the usual telephone number 674727 or pop in and see us up at the centre. What I would just mention is our resource zone there is to provide equipment for our members. If anybody wanted to get hold of them, as you say, for a gift or something like that, we can give them the information where they're able to actually purchase them. But we don't actually sell products there, but they are provided to our members. But get in touch is the easy thing, and we can work those things out.
You see, Debbie, I took the mick out of him looking like Santa, and he's come with all these Christmas gifts anyway.
I know, it's fantastic, isn't it?